Have you ever heard of Cristiano Ronaldo being arrogant and having a high level of ego? Does the blue lock ego correlate to in real life football? And is ego beneficial to play the beautiful game? In this video I'll analyze the philosophy of blue lock and give my opinion on the practical aspect of the game. After having a disappointing match against Belgium in the 2018 World Cup, Japan decided to change their tactics in order to win more games in the next World Cup. This sets up the stage for the football manga called Blue Lock. The story is about Japan's project of winning the World Cup. How you say? By creating the best striker that carries the team. In the professional realm they say defense wins championships, but without scoring goals you will never get more than 1 point on the match. For this perfect striker to exist, there needs to be a serious stage where the competition is dumb high. The resolve must be on a level where they level up on every battle. This is proven when Isagi devours Baro in order to become a better player. Is ego needed in this situation? Let's dive deeper into the mindset of egoists. Desire is a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Ego is a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. Desire indicates a goal that needs to be achieved. This could be done without being cocky or arrogant. For example, you play a game of football and want to score a goal. In order to score that goal, you don't need to be egotistical or play individual football. That way you clash with your teammates. Ego indicates an abundance of self-love and the characteristics of inferiority complex. Your drive comes from not being number one, and that motivates you to surpass everyone. This creates a certain delusion that you are the protagonist and are better than everyone, which makes you look down on others. These people enjoy belittling others for their own entertainment. Ego also has its advantages. Even though it's very useful for solo sports, it's not as useful for team sports. Here are some of the characteristics of an egotistical individual. Overconfidence. Confidence does help to gain success in life, but only by putting a limit. This makes an individual's awareness lower than a normal person and could lead to blasphemy. For example, a person watches a bird fly and thinks to himself, if an animal can do it without equipment, why not me? This creates a specific situation where the person thinks he can fly without any equipment. Insulting others. They are always thinking about themselves and are the first priority in hierarchy. They want others to believe that they are superior to prove just for the sake of dominance. Thinking twice before insulting someone is in the minority and just shows you how rude they could be. The lack of empathy is also a factor that plays a role. If you only spend time on yourself, you will not have any room to think of others. Ego understands that if you have fierce competition, then a player dominating the rest will emerge. The one who has the ball decides who they want to win, but also gets to decide who gets to lose. This coincides with the player with the ball making the choice to dribble, pass, or shoot. Every choice by every player is an important factor which decides the games. Knowing where to be and when. Positioning is key. Ego motivates his players by downplaying their talent or achievements. He states his players are unpolished gems and not good enough as they are right now. Knowing how egotistical these teenagers are, this works pretty well. Ego likes to make people question the definition of something. Immediately after this he gives a few options on what it could be. It keeps them thinking, and just when they think they have the answer, ego intervenes with his own perspective. He shows why those choices are limited and keeps them from their potential, and comes with the answer to the question he asked at the start. After his pep talk, he beautifully links his talk to what he wants from the players. This shows the power of his speech and his knowledge of the mind. When I was younger, I used to look for ways to become better at football. I found 4 ways to improve as a player. The categories are tactics, technique, physique, and mentality. In the professional realm, many athletes have great technical and physical gifts, so there is one category to show the difference. How strong they are in their mind, and can they become clutch when back into a corner. The 9 Mental Skills of Successful Athletes by Jack J. Lezik is something I would like to share with you. These aspects can change the way you play competitive sports. The aspects are as follows: positive attitude, high level self-motivation, high realistic goals, dealing effectively with others, positive self-talk, positive mental imagery, manage anxiety effectively, manage emotions, and maintaining concentration. If you want a full breakdown of these skills, smash that like button so I can become the most egotistical guy in the world.
Are you the best footballer in the world right now?
I think so, yes. In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people are thinking, what they say. In my mind, not just this year, but always, I'm always the best.
Ronaldo confirms the positive mental imagery here. He shows that to believe you can do something by working for it, you can make a mental game and be positive about it. No anxiety, no distraction, no negative thoughts, pure mental training and self-talk in his mind.
Is there anything that Lionel Messi is better than you at?
It's opinions. I respect the opinions. Maybe in your opinion, Messi is better than me, but in my mind, I'm better than him.
Guys, there is no need to have a Messi versus Ronaldo debate. Like seriously. Back to the topic. A high level of competition increases the hard challenges. Increasing those challenges is the balance of quality and quantity. He loves to challenge himself to become better and does this by changing teams and leagues. By putting pressure on yourself, you can increase your own confidence. How do you do this? Keep grinding on situations that are hard to overcome. Imagine a situation where Rin has the ball. He doesn't want to pass the ball, so he makes it hard for himself. He gets past the first defender and the second one presses. He needs to react quick to keep the ball and score a goal himself. Or a situation where he passes the ball to Bashira and gets it back just to score a volley. You guys decide which one is more difficult. This ego also increases your self-awareness by testing your abilities to the fullest. This way you will know yourself better than any other and will know all your strengths and weaknesses. Your rate of improvement skyrockets by improving your individual skill more than team play. It increases your intensity of play way more than you can boost your technical, physical, or mental skills to match your own ideal image of play. Football is still an 11-man sport, so being a one-man army is not very efficient. If you dribble one guy by being aggressive, the second guy will always be there. You can still create space by making defenders leave their position, but you will still need to pass from time to time. If you don't, you will not have a triple threat situation. A triple threat is a stance where you have the option of 3 choices: shooting, passing, or dribbling. If you don't pass the ball, it's significantly easier to mark a person going solo. If you are a good defender, then the 50-50 situation of marking the dribbler and the teammate becomes a full 100% man mark situation. But what if you pass the ball to a teammate just so he can pass it back? That's what they do in Blue Lock. They all have the thought of being the protagonist, so they think the ball will return to them. It works because they pass for their own benefit. Years after the release of the Blue Lock manga, we can see how it changed not only the mindset of the average person playing the game by creating a bridge of confidence into the average tier, but also the sports anime genre. This change can also be seen on a professional level, where Japan's national team scored similar goals to Blue Lock players. For example, Doan's long shot is similar to how Kunigami shoots the ball, and Mitoma reaches for the ball just like Gagomaru did in the first selection. They shouldn't be that similar, right? Their original kit totally doesn't look the same. You could say the anime has a positive impact on the viewers to some extent. Yes, ego is needed in football, but I prefer to call it desire in this case. It gets you competitive and sets hard, realistic goals so you can grow. Create a switch where you can switch between your ego and desire to choose when to use your emotions. Comment down below what you agree or disagree with. To watch more Blue Lock content, watch this video where I describe Blue Lock characters in one sentence, and this one to teach the alphabet with Blue Lock.